Doesn't matter, right? It's all.
Yeah.
You don't have to replace the battery, right?
There we go. I think we're good for now. Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome into Keystone Point, our weekly Thursday evening auction. My name is Ron. If you have any issues during the sale, let me know. We'll do what we can to get you straightened out. Do keep in mind everything we auction is sold on lien sale paperwork unless we change otherwise. In which case, there may be a title to it, or perhaps a salvage title. Ours are coming with keys. We don't charge for those. So we have to make a key in order to start a vehicle by, I'll do my best to remind you what the key charge is prior to the bidding process, okay? All right, see here, we have no 10-day holds today, so I don't think we do. Everything should go out the door. All right, we do have one full car number 6, should be crossed off your list, okay? As far as payment goes, we do take cash, we will take MasterCard, Visa, and debit cards, as long as those cards are in your name and a registered bidder, all right? And let's see here. As soon as we say sold on a vehicle, all you on-site folks need to stand up, okay? And you come up to the window where you're registered and complete the transaction. All you online folks, you can come in tomorrow morning, starting at 8 a.m. and we'll release cars all the way up until noon. All right. All you on-site people, if you can't get your car out tonight, don't panic because we'll give you the 12 noon tomorrow as well, okay? All right. One little heads up here. If you buy a car and you have it pulled out on the street, make sure it's not there in the morning, okay? DOT is going to be cruising, patrolling, and your car probably won't be there. You come back in the morning, so it'll get impounded again, okay? So just be aware of that. If you pull your car out, make sure you're ready to take it with you, okay? All right, here we go. Anybody have any questions? Very good, because I don't have the answer. Okay, here we go. Here's number 1. Here comes the 90 model Yamaha XP 750 model Homes. You're gonna get how much here? 2 2.25. How about 2 1/4? 2.5. You're gonna get 2.25, 200, 2 1/4. How about 2 1/4? 2 1/4, 2 1/4. Are you good? 2 1/4 down here. Now we're gonna sell it online. $200. Okay. There we go. That's it. Yeah, number 2. Here we go with 99. Here you go. And somebody get 500. How about $500? Get 1. He said 2 1/4. How about 2 1/4? That quarter no higher. 175. You're gonna go 275, 275. How about 275? 300. You're gonna go 3 here, 3 now, quarter. How about 3 1/4? I got 3 here, half, now 75. How about 375 over 400 for the whole man, 400. How about $400? 400, you're gonna go 400, you're gonna go 400, summertime, 375, number 6 is 103. As a goal, 370, yeah, nice song. Hey, we got a good title for it, too. Who put a pound sign? 2 put down to go, 5 to go. He said 3, wow, 3 1/4. How about 3 1/4, now half, here, 50, 75, 75, 4 1/4, now half, here, 75 and 5. About 5, 4, 75, quarter, now half, 75, 6, now quarter, and then half, 75, 7, and give me 7 here, now, quarter, 7 here, need a quarter, about 8, we go. I got 7, 7 a quarter, and a quarter, 7 a quarter, so 10. That's 700 online. Number 6, you got it, okay? All right, guys, here we go, number 4. Here comes the number 3 to the Camry car. 4 automatic, 500. What about, I guess we hear 3 apart. How about 3 and a quarter, quarter, half? Half out here, 75, and quarter, 400 and a quarter, now half, and 75 and 5. And 5, and a quarter, and a half, 75, 6. How about 6, now a quarter, and a quarter, need a quarter. And a quarter, 6, 75, see that better, like I said, and a quarter, now half, and 75, and now eat, now a quarter. And a quarter, now half, and a 75, here goes 75, 8 and a half here, 8, 75. 8, 75, 9, online, now a quarter. And a quarter, and a quarter, 925, 900 here. About 9 and a quarter, and 9, something right here. 4, 900, online, 900, on the Civic car. A little scratch in the back end there. Okay. And 800. Well, he said 3, huh? How about 3 and a quarter? How about 3 and a quarter? And a quarter, now half, and 75, 75, 3 and a half, 75, 4. How about 4? You're gonna go 4, 4, now a quarter, now half. How about a half, 75? You're gonna go 4, 75? How about 4, 75? You're gonna go 4, 75, 75, 75, 5, and a quarter. I have 5. I need a quarter, guys. How about 5 and a quarter? 5 and a quarter, and a quarter, quarter, down here we have soda tank. That's 500. Number 6 is the bottom, all right? Number 6, about 7. That's a long time. I hope it's the 90 model for the 600. Hey, Speedy Steel, I got 3 and a quarter. How about 3 and a quarter? And a quarter, do you need a quarter? And a quarter, yes, no. How about 3 and a quarter? Now half. I got a quarter here, half here, 75. How about 75? 4. How about 4 and a quarter? And a quarter here, use a quarter, need a half. 4 and a half, 75. You're both off. 475, $500. On the side of 475, 5 here, need a quarter. And a quarter here, 5 here, 5 and a quarter, 5 and a quarter, and a quarter here, and a quarter. And a half. And a half, here's a quarter right here in the middle. How about a half on line? Now 75, 75, now 6, 600. How about 6, now quarter, 625, 5 here, and now a half. How about a half, 6 and a half, guys. I got a half, now 75, I'm gonna go 75, he came back, 6 and a half. How about 75, you gotta give me 75. 75, 7, now you gotta go 7. And a quarter, and a quarter, he's a little slow. A quarter, half, how about a half? How about a half, 15, gotta go 50, 50, gotta go 50 here, so go 10. 725, online, okay, fine, there we go, number 8 is a 640, 150. All right, there's both a lot of matches right here, 600. How about 600? He said 3 and a quarter. I got 3 and a quarter, half, now 75, 75, 4, 4, now quarter, here and half there. And a half, give me a half, 75 online, now 5, 500 and a quarter. And a quarter, 5 0, 5 and a quarter, quarter, now a half, 75, now 6, 6, now a quarter. And a half, 6 and a half, 75, you're gonna go 75, 7, 700 and a quarter. And a quarter, now a half, 7 and a half, now 75. How about 75? Eat, and now 8 and a quarter, 825. How about an 825? 8 and a quarter. Can't see home. 825, 825, and we need something over here. For 800, 800, what about number, let me see if number there, you got number 41, you got it. All right, here comes the 41 on the 5th. All right, for she said 3 and a quarter. How about 3 and a quarter? You could fix it. How about 3 and a quarter, and a quarter, and a quarter, and a half, 75? How about 75, 3 and a half? 3, 75, here goes 75, no 4, 4. And 4 now a quarter. I got 4, 4 and a quarter. And a quarter, 4 and a half. Is that a yes or no? Huh? 79. Now I got 4 and a half, 75 on line. How about 5? How 4 and 75, 5. How about $500? $500, and we have silver tank. 475. Number 6 is 5. Number 10. Here's a 47. Forward on, the minutes, we're gonna ride here, 80 to 50. How about 2 or 3, 3 and 4? How about 3 and 4 in the corner here? 75, get a 75 $400. And 4, 375 on the line, pick 4. How about 400 and quarter, and a quarter right here, a half, and a half, and a cent on line first, 75. 475, now 5, now quarter. A quarter, now half, now 75, 6. How about 6? You want to be 6, now a quarter? How about 6 and a quarter, 6 and a quarter, quarter now, 650, 75, get it go 75, 675, now 7. How about 7 and a quarter? And a quarter, 7 and a quarter, 7 and a quarter, 7's over here, a quarter over here, need a half. How about 7 and a half, 7 15, get it go 15, that's 75, 775, 775, what'd you say? Now eat. And eat. So yes, eat, now a quarter, and a quarter, and right over here, now a half, and a half, now 75, and you both are 875, now 9. Up a 9 here, now a quarter, and a quarter, 25, oh, needs that. Up a 9, 25, and 25, and 25, here we have something over here. For 900, here, 37, so we'll get in line here. Right here on the truck here, guys, right? Wraps and all. For, let's see here, for automatics to the right. Hey, we're gonna get tight with this one, guys. Say, how about 800? I got 4, 4 and a half, 5. I got 5 and a half, and 6. How about 6 and a half, and 7 and a half, and 8 and a half, quarter, half. How about a half, 8 and a quarter, 8 and a half, 75, now 9, not 40, 945, you're all off, quarter, now half. How about a half, 9 and a quarter, 9 and a half. How about a 50, 50, 50, 950, 950, 950, 50, yes, no, it's only here in the front. For 925, this number is, what is it? The 3, the end, you see that, automatic, establishing the value, take it again, everybody's 100. I got 30, 3 and a quarter, half. Now half, 75, 4. And the quarter. And the quarter, now 75, here goes 75. And 5, 500, and a quarter, 525. I get quarter, now half, now 75. How about 75, 5 and a half here. 75, here goes 75, 75, 75, 75, and now 6. 6, now a quarter. And a quarter, hey, go for an option. I got 6, 6 and a quarter, quarter half. I got a half, 75, and 75, 6 and a half, 675, 75, 75, and we have soda 10 for $650. Problem number 48. 48 is lucky. I would make it, he was that lucky before that. I mean, for another minute, we're gonna go here. You can, not my day, about 3, okay. And a quarter, 3 and a quarter, go 3 and a quarter, half, 75. How about 75, 4, $400, a quarter, 300, 75, 5, 800, now a quarter, and a quarter. I see you guys, 5 and a quarter. How about 5 and a quarter, quarter, half? How about a half, how about a half, 75, no 6. How about 600, a quarter, quarter here, you got half, 650, you go 50, no 75, no 7. How about 7, now a quarter, 7 and a quarter, quarter, now a half, 750, and 75, you're gonna go 75, 7 and a half here. How about 775, you're gonna go 75, 75, 75, and that's all. That's 750, and number 6 is number 14, 75, all right, you know, I'll be saying, I got 3 and a quarter, 3 is money. How about 3 and a quarter? How about 3 and a quarter, and a quarter, and a quarter, quarter down here, and half, 3 and a half, a half, down 75, 400 dollars, and a quarter. And a quarter right here, a half, 4 and a half, 475, now 500, now 5. And you got 5, and a quarter, now, and the 75, and 6, and a quarter, and a half. Now what I think got a half, now 75. How about 75, both of them? How about 675, here goes 675, 75, oh, so that. 658, number 6, 6 is liar, R15, no, I be a number, 35. You got it? No, not it, take around 2, somebody get 9, 1000. How about 1,000? I got 1,000, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and two, 2 grand. You're gonna get two. Give me half. How about a half? 19's money. You got 2 grand? I got 19, 19 hundred, 50, 50, and I sold a 10. 1900, we'll put them on number 8. 8 is my your 16 card. Hey, hey, I don't know. Here is that. For 100 minutes, stay with the line. Not time. How about 5 to go? 5 to go. You'll get 5 of us in that one. 5. How about 6? 600 here, 600, no 7, 7, no 8, no 9, 9 here, 1,000. And the 1,000 goes to 11, the 12, 12 here, 12. That's 12. 15, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. About 18, we're going to go 18. I got 18, 19. How about 19? We're going to go 19. Give me half. How about 1850, 50, left 50, left 50 here, and I slowly over here at 1800, 1800, 52, 52 wire, 17. Here comes an 82 on the court. Again, it's 490, straight on the line. This is 2, 2 and a quarter, 2 and a half. How about a half? 250 at most of classic. How about 250, 50 right here? This 75, we're going to go 75, 75, 275. And now 3, now quarter, outside of 3 and a quarter. How about 3 and a quarter? Now half, 350, 75, we're going to go 75, and 375, 3 and a half here. How about 375, now 400, now 4, now quarter. And a quarter, 3 to add. How about 4 and a quarter? Now half, 450. And 50 and 75, we're going to go 475, 4 and a half here. 475, 75, 75, 75, 75 here. We sold it at 450, 91, number 8, 20, okay. All right, guys, still going on in there. We'll be a studio here. You get a just really quickly part of the things that and a pump or two. How about 3 and a quarter half? How about 350, regular 75, 75 whole, 400 down, not 4. How about 400 down the heat, homie? How about 400 here, 400 down a quarter? And a quarter, I get that quarter, quarter. Quarter half, 450, 75. How about 75, 500 here in a quarter. And a quarter, each 5, a quarter, no half. I got a hand there, 50, 50, 5 and a quarters up here. How about 550 in the back? Now 75, here goes 75, 5 and a half. How about 575, here goes 75, 75, now 600. How about 6, 575, 6, not quarter. I have 6 and a quarter. How about 6 and a quarter, 6 and a quarter, 25, here goes 25, 25, 25, and we have sold a 10. $600, number 91, 91 the winner. Here's 19. The solid top. All right, two dollars, automatic. What do you say here, guys? What about? How about 2 and a quarter? He's not that bad. How about 2 and a quarter down here, a quarter half? 75. How about 75, 300, no 3, no quarter, no half. 75, see a 2, is not that bad. How about 375, here goes 75, 75, 75, now 400, now a quarter. And a quarter, quarter here, a half. How about 4 and a half? I got a 50, 50, 450, 450, 50, 50, and I sold it here. 425, here's number 20, here's number 7. All right, that's it. We're going to get title here. This one, about 800. How about 800 bucks? I got 3 and a quarter, 3 and a half, 75 and a quarter, now a quarter, now a half. I have 75, and 500, and a quarter, and a quarter, now half, 75, 6, now a quarter, 6 and a quarter, 6 and a quarter, 6 and a half. That's 75, and 700. How about 7, and a quarter, and a half, 75. Now wheat, and the wheat, and a quarter, 825, we're going to go 25, 825, 50. I am 75, 900, no 9, a quarter, a quarter, now half, no 75, and 1,000, and a quarter, and a half, 75, now 11, and a half, and 12, and a half, 12 and a half, 12 and a half, now 13, and a half, and 14 and a half, and 15 and a half, and 16 and a half. How about a half? We have 16's money. How about 1650? Gonna go 50, 50, left 50, left 50. Anybody else? Give me 1650, and we have okay. 1600, number four to Meyer, right? 21. All right, guys, for on the minute. Special about here, there, okay? Now you're gonna give me about 1,000. About 1,000 to go. 5, 6, 5.5. 5.5, 6. How about 600? Now half. 6.5, 7. You're gonna go 7, now half. 7.5, 8. How about 8? Now half. Now 9. You're gonna go 9. Now half. 9.5. 1,000. And 1,000 to go. 1,000 to go. 975. I got 9.5 over here. 975. 975. 1,075. Yeah, not quarter. A half. And a half. Give me half. Now 75. Not 5. How about 1 quarter, not quarter, not quarter, now half, and 75, 13, now quarter, and a quarter, I got 13 outside, 13 and a quarter, now half, that's 75, 75, how about 75, come on guys, let's go, 1375, right here, are you ready?
I got 1375 online.
Online, 14, and a quarter, don't move your part of that, okay, I got 14, 14 and a quarter, and a half. 75. 15, not 4. Give me half. I got 15 and a half. 16. How about 16? Gotta go 16. No half. Give me half. That's 17. How about 17? You guys are starting to bet like old ladies here. 16 and a half. 17. Gotta go 17. So much thing. You got 17 and no half. See, I told you to give me like a 17 and a half. How about a half? No. So that's 1,700 on. Here's 22. Here's a 2013. Check. Hey, let's see here. What are you gonna do here now? How about 5? I got 3. 3 to 45, 75. 30, 75. No over, no over. 400 and not over, no half. How about a half? Each 4 quarters, 4.5. I got 415, gonna go 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 75, 75, 4.5, 75, 5 and a quarter, now half. How about 5.5? How about quarters here? 5.5 where? How about 550 online? No 75, no 6, no quarter, no half. How about a half? No 75, no 75, 700. How about 7, 6, 75, 7, you gonna go 7? How about 7, no 7 down here, 7 here, and I have silver tank for 675, number 8 to buy, 8 to buy. Number 14. These are my guys, for automatic, which I who get 5. How about 5 shop price, 5? I got 3, 3.5, no 4. I got 4, 75, 4, and 4. I'm gonna go $400 here, now a quarter. And give me half, 4.5, 4 quarters here, half here, 75. How about 4 and 75? I'm gonna go 75, now 5, 500. How about 500? 500, okay, now a quarter, 5 here. How about 5 and a quarter, and a quarter, and a quarter, now here we sold. Okay, $500, number 6 is higher, 24, here's a 2014, 100. All right, 4 gone, 11, quarter here. Maybe 20%. I got 3, 3 and a quarter. How about 3 and a quarter half? 75, 4, and 4, now a quarter, and a half, 4.5, and 75, and 5 and a quarter, and a half, and 75, and 6 and a quarter, and a quarter online and a half. How about a half? How about 6 and a half? I got a quarter here, a half over here, and 75. How about 75? 6 and a half, 75. Okay, now 7, 6. How about 7, 6, 75, 7, 7, and a quarter, and a quarter, and a quarter, and now how? You got a quarter? And a half. You guys roll off. How about 7.5? And now 75. How about 75? Got a half right here in the middle. 75 here. Now 800. Now 8. 775. Take 8. How about 8 here now? You want 8? And a quarter. And a quarter. 8's over here now. How about 8 and a quarter? 825. Now half. 8 and a half. 850, you're gonna go 50, 50, 825, 850, and a 50, and a 50, and I saw the 10. 825, online. 5, this is 110 Mercedes, you do 50 more. Right, for the title card guy, he was not here. We said three and a quarter, 3.5. I got him here at the 15, let's say 5, and a 400, now a quarter, and a half, 450, I'm gonna go 50, 75, and a quarter, 525, and a quarter, I got 5 here, need a quarter, no half, and 75. But 75, I'm gonna go 75, 6, and a quarter, and a quarter, six over here, 6 and a quarter, need a half, and 75, I'm gonna go 75. About 675, 675, 675, 75. Here we have solar tank. $650 number 8 to Meyer. 2010, 50. All right. It's a hero. Two-door modern hatches on the ride here. What are you going to do this one? Two-door modern hatch, more popular. I got 3.5, 4. I got 75, 4. How about 4? Not 4, not quarter. And a half, 75, 5. How about 5? Not quarter, no half. And that's 75, 6. Not quarter, no half. That's 75. How about 75? 7 and a quarter, and a half. 7 and a quarter. So you got 75, 8, not quarter, and a half. 8 and a half, 825, 850. 850, 50, 850, 850, 50, 50, 75, 75, 8 and a half here. 875, 9, 900, 9, 8, first, you're up. I'm but 9. I'm but 9. We're going to go 9 to 3, no 9, not quarter, sir. 9 here, quarter now, half here, 75. But 75, 1,000. And 1,000. 1,000 to go, not quarter, 10 need a half. How about a half? 10 and a quarter is over here. How about 1,050, 1,050, 50, 1,050, 50, and we have solar 10. 1,025, and the fire number is 77, 77, here, number 27. There's an old 3, you can get it down, take it down, 4. The magistrate around here, somebody give me about 9 here, 7, 7, 5, 9, 8, 9, and 1,000, and a half, and 11, and a half, and 12, about 12, 12 and a half, 12 and a half, 13, 13, no half, and 14, no half, and now 15, 15 and a half, and 16, ready 16, no half. I got a half, 17, I got 17, no half, 18, no half, and 19 and a half, and 18 and a half, and 2, and 2, gonna get 2, 2 grand. I've got 2 grand here, now a half, now 1, and now a half, here, now 2. 22 on mine, 22 and a half over here, 23, now a half, and a half, I got 23 outside. 23, now got 50, now 4, now 50, go 50, now 5, and now a half, 25 and a half, 26, and now a half. How about a half? 26 out of 15, now 7, and now 15, gonna go 50, 50, 15, gonna go 50, now 80, under here, 50. How about a 50, 20, 50, watch me, don't watch your phone, just watch me, 20 and a half, and 29 and a half, 29 and a half, and 3 grand, no half. I got a half, 30, 50, 31, where are the ones? 31, 32, 32, 33, 34, we're gonna go 4, now 5, 35, 36, 36, 37, 38, 80, 38, what do you say? 38, 37, 38, we're gonna go way down here, 9 house, only one side. At 3,700, 3,700, what's the number again? 72? 52, I'm sorry, 50, 52 divided. Here's 28, here's 27, so we got the camera. $5 wrong, $80 each item, $4 seven around here. Hey, what are we gonna say here? Hmm.
We got $1,025. Okay,
Here we go, we're back on track. 2011 Camry car guys, I got 10 and a quarter, 10 and a half. How about 1,050, gonna go 50, 50, 50, 50, and our silver 10. 1,025, it's already gone, pull the plug. Put them on online wire. It's right here, it's number 29. Right, see a color light, let's pick that up. Okay, let's pick it up. Right, here we go. Here's number 29 is a 96. Nissan Maxima car, 4 by 3, 7 around 800. I got three and a quarter. How about three and a quarter right here? 350, 50, 75, and a quarter and a half. A half, 75, 475, each 4.5. I got 75 and a quarter, 525, five up here, guys. 5 and a quarter, a quarter, and a half. You got a half, I got a quarter on mine. 5.5, 75. If you're gonna keep doing that, I know it's kind of warm, but you're gonna buy something. 5, 6. How about 6? You want 6? And now quarter. On site at 6. Yes, sir. How about 6 and 4? 625. I'm gonna go 625. 625. How about 6 and 4? Then now quarter and a half. I got 6 and 4 right here. 6.5 over here. How about 675? I'm gonna go 75. How about 675? Come on, people, let's just go. 675, 675, and we sold him on site for $650. $650, he's got a number 45, 45 is, it's an all week, we got the credit card. All right, so on the minute, what do you do? Do you do it? I'm taking about 3 and a quarter, 3.5. I got a hand here, 75, gotta go 75? And 4 and a quarter, I got a half, 4 and a quarter here, 4.5. I got a half, one to be dead, give me a half, 4.50, you're gonna go 50, 75, no 5 and a quarter. And then 45 there, quarter there, 75, and a half, we should quarter half, now 75, 75, 6 and a quarter, and a half, 75, and 7 and a quarter, and a half. And a half, and then 75, and a 8, and a quarter, and a half, 75, and a half. And a thousand, and a half, and a 11, and a half, and a 12, need a half, and 13, and a half, and a half, 50, 150, 14, and a half, 14, 50, and a 50, gonna go 50, 50, gonna go 50, 50, right there, 15, 15, no half. How about half? I got 15 behind you, and a 15, 150. And a 50, 150, 50, 150, 50, and I sold them outside. At 1500, number 4, right here, starts at 1, 14, you know, on the next, we're gonna right here, Danny Townsend. I got 11, 75, and a half. I got a hundred, 13 and a half, 16 and a half, 17. 2 21, 22. About 22, 23, but I got 3, 22, and I got 3, 4. And 4, use 4, use 23 and a half, 24, and a half, and a half, 24 is over here, a half, now 5, 25, return, 25, and now half, and now 6, then a half, 27, then a half, and now 8, and a half, and 9, 29 and a half, 3 grand, 3 grand, 31, 31, I got 3 grand here, 1 here, and now 2. How about 32 on site, 33, how about 33, gotta go 3, 33, 33, now 4. How about 34, now 5, 35 and better. How about 35, what am I saying, 35, 6, 7. How about 37, I got no place to go. How about 37, 38, now 9, 39, what do you say? How about 39, 38, 9, 40, 41. How about 41, 41 and another? How about 41, video one, soda tank for 4,000 on the line, 4,000 on the line. I hear you here on the 6 on the 4 guys. So the minute, see there. Actually, we're going to pay here, we have 3, 3 and a quarter. How about 3 and a quarter, 325? I got 3, 3 and a quarter. How about 3 and a quarter? 75, you're gonna go 75, 375. How about 375? You're gonna go 75, 75, 75, and we sold it. At 350, number 60 is small, you're number 33. I got 300, I'm strong with okay. Gordon, the man, and you got 1,000. Of a half, and now 11, and a half, and 12, and a half, and 13, and a half, 13 and a half, 14, 14 and a half, 15, 15 and a half, 16, 16, 16 and a half, 17, 9 and a half, 18 and a half, 19 and a half, and 2 grand and a half, and 1, 3, 4, 5, 25, 26, 26, 27. How about 7? You ready to go 7? How about 7 and a half? Now 7. Now half. How about a half? We're on side of 27. 27 and a half. 27, 50. And a 15, gonna go 50, 50, now B, 28, now 15, gonna go 50, 50, 28, 50, what do you say? How about 2858 folks first, pick up. 2850, 50, now 9, 9 here, now half. How about 100, here we go again. 29, 15, gonna go 50, 50, 29, 15, gonna go 50, and 9, now 3, now 1. How about 31, wrong side of 3 grand, 31. How about 31, 31, 31, 31? No, so at 3,000, number 94, 3,000 is the price, 94 is the buy at number 34. Yes, sir, 94. Here we go, number 34, 2010 Cadillac CTS model here for hey, some excited guys. Hey, what are we gonna down here? 800. How about the, oh my goodness, okay, fine. Should take a little less, huh? Three, bring it apart. Bring it a half. I got a half, 75. How about 75? No four. No four. Can't see it. No four. And the quarter is here, quarter, okay, no half, no 75. How about 75? No five. I got it, no quarter, got 25. On here, need a quarter, no half, 75. How about 75? I gotta go 75. Now 600 and a quarter. And a quarter, 6 and a quarter, 6 and a quarter, and a half. And a half 75. How about 675? Now 7. I got 7 and a quarter. And a quarter here, 7 and a quarter. How about 7 and a quarter? 7 and a quarter, in around, 7 and a quarter, then we sort of thing. At 700, number 8, the buyer, was an 88 on the premium. $2 the train, you got? How much? I got 2. I got 7, 7.5, 8, 75, 8. I got 8 dollars, 775, 8, now a quarter. And then in the quarter, 825, I'm gonna go 825, is over here. How about 8 for a quarter, in the quarter here, we sold it back. At $800, and 50, 91 dollars, 36, 47. On the Civic car here, right, for automatic. Are you gonna get about 800? Number 3, 3.5, no 4. And 4, no half, no 5, no half. 5.5, no 6, no half. I got a half and 7, you're gonna go 7, no half, no 8, and a half, no 9, and a half. And a half, 9 here, 9 and a half. Quarter? No, I got 9 here. How about 9 and a quarter, and a quarter here, 9 and a quarter, quarter now, half, 75 on line, and 1,000, and a quarter. I got 10. How about 10 and a quarter, and a quarter, and a quarter here, yes, no, when we have a quarter, half, I think first came in, 75, 11. How about 11, we're gonna go 11, 10, 75, back on 11, we got 11, and now a quarter. And a quarter guns, and now a half, and a half, these are 11 and a quarter, a half, 75, and now a quarter, and now a quarter, and now a half, and a half, 12 and a half. I got 12 and a quarter, 12 and a half. That's 50, gonna go 50, 50, 50, 50 here, so that's here, you got. Right, 12, 25, 25. Here number 79, 79 is over here. 37, here's 27. Hey, at least I'll take the truck, man. 80 bucks for the key charge, Southwest Highway, 4 door. The medics, they're gonna run out here, who put about 5, 6. 5.5, 6. I got 6, now half, now 7, and a half. And a half would be a quarter, half, 75, now 8, now quarter. And a quarter, now half, and a half, 8, 50, now 75. 875, 8 and a half here, 875, now 9, 900. How about 9, 875, 9, now quarter. A quarter, now half, now 75, now 1,000, and a half, and 11, and a half, and 12, and a half, and 13, and a half. And a half, 14, you're gonna get 14, no half. And a quarter? And a quarter here, 14, and a quarter down here, we have. Somebody outside. 1,400, number 38. I got automatic, sugar run, those run, here. I got here, this is 3, take 4, 3.5 on the whole, and a half on the pound, I got a half. I got a half on the 6, 7, and a half, no 8, and a half, and 9, and a half, and a half. I got half, 1,000, and a half, and 11. Yeah, 75, 11 and a quarter, and a half, 75, 12, and a quarter, and a half. 75, 13 and a quarter, 75, 14 and a quarter, 75, 15 and a half, 16 and a half, 16 and a half, 17, and 17, got a half, what's that? How about 17 here now, half, 17 and a half, 18. How about 18, 19 and a half, 18, 50, 18 up here, a half, 19, no half. And a half, you're all up. How about 1950, you're gonna go 50, 50, 1950, 50, and we, over here. Yeah, 1900, online, right? 59, it's a long three, 74. All right, guys, so we're going, we're going to start over here now, we're going about 9. I got 3 and a quarter, no special too. I got 3 and a quarter, half. How about a half? You're gonna about 15 now, 75, 40 and a half, 75, and a quarter, and a quarter and a half, and a half, 75, 6, and a quarter and a half, and a 75. How about 75, 7, and a quarter and a half? Anyhow, how about 7 and a half, 7 and a quarter, 7 and a half, and we sort of think 7 and a quarter, and there's 5 right here, number 40, here comes it from now, 40. All right, put on another minute, give me about 900. Something all the good stuff. How about 3 and a quarter, now a half. I got a half, here's 3 and a quarter, 3 and a half, now 75, now a quarter. How about 400, now 4, yes sir, 375, next 4. How about $400, now a quarter, quarter, now a half, 75. How about 75, I got 4 and a half there. 4 and 75, I'm gonna go 75. Now 5, now quarter, now half, 75, 6, and a quarter, half, 75. And 7, now a quarter, now a half, 75, now 8, 800, and a quarter, and a half, and 75, 9, and a half, and 1,000, and a half, and 11, and a half, and 12, and a half, 13, and a half, 14, and a half, and 15, 15 and a half, 16 and a half, 17 and a half, 18, 18 and a half, and a half, 19, 19 and a half, 1952, too big. How about 2? All the good stuff in the back. How about 2? Now half. I got a half. How about 20, 15? Gotta go 50, 50, 2000, so 2015, and we have sort of thing. 2000, yes sir, number 8 divided, 8 divided, 8 number 41. Maybe measure for how much you second so. Area number 41, all 3, 4. Right, for the automatic should have around here, so I tell guys, we've got about 1,000. I got 4, 4.5, 5, no half, no 6. How about 6? You're gonna go 600 here. You gotta get you 5.5, 6. 75? How about 5, 75, 75, 6, now 40, now, 75. How about 75, 6.5? How about 675, 675, 75, and a 7, and a quarter, and a quarter, and a half.
You got
75,
half?
now 8, now a quarter. I got 8 here, a quarter, half, 75, and 9, a quarter, and a half, 75, 9, 75, 1,000, and a quarter. How about quarter, 10 and a quarter, and a quarter, here, a quarter, and a half, right here, and a 75. How about 75? I'm gonna go 75, 1,100 and a quarter. And a quarter, 11's here, need a quarter, need a half, right here, 75, and a quarter, now, 75, 13 and a half, 14 and a half, 15 and a half, and 16 and a half. How about a half? 16 over here. How about 1615? You're gonna go 50, 50, 1650, 50, 50, and sort of half. 1600, number 8 is right. Here's number 42, 43. Here's the other guys, okay? Hold on another minute. Maybe how about 5 to go? 5 to go. How about 5 at a bunch? You want 5? I got 5, 6. How about 600? You're gonna go 600, 600, you're gonna have 50, 50, I got 5. 5 and a half, 75, 6, 6, now a quarter, now a half, 75, 7, and a quarter, and a half, 75, 8 and a half, and a 9 and a half, and a 1,000 and a half, 11 and a half, and 12 and a half, and 13 and a half, 14 and a half, 15 and a half, 16 and a half, 16, 50, 16 is money. How about 16, how about 15? You're gonna go 50, 50, 50, 50 here, nice, on the outside. At 1600, number 4, Meyer, here, 43, 2044. All right, hold on a minute, give it another line, how about go, 11, 10, 11, wow. I got 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 25, 25, 4.5. I got 24. I got 24. 2450, 15, gotta go 50, 50, 50, anybody else? 2450, 50, and I, soda tank. Yeah, 2400, for Meyer here, for an old set. And these are your guys, right? 400, how much to go? You want 1,000?
300.
Oh, come on, man.
300.
300, you're smoking funny stuff with what? I got 4, 5, not a quarter, half. 175, 5, now a quarter. How about quarter? 5 is over here. 5 and a quarter, 75, 6, 600. How about 6 and a quarter, 6 and a half? And 75, 7. How about 7? You're going to go 7, 6, 75, 7. How about 7 and a quarter, 7 and a half? 7 and a half, 75. 75, 8, 800 and a quarter, 825, these are here, quarter and a half. 875, guys are doing it slow, 875, and half on line, 875, and 9, half at 9, you're still slow, 9? You want 9? Not quarter? And a quarter, I got 9 here, 9 and a quarter. How about 9 and a quarter, and a quarter, and a quarter, how about 925 and a half, 9 and a half? I got 9, it'll pop out, don't worry about it, 9 and a quarter, 9 and a half. How about a 50, 50, silver, okay? 925 online, okay, fine. All right, here's number 45, 81, Chevy El Camino. Here's the line, go for the 1,000 here.
Well,
I got 13, how about 13, 12 and a half? I got 12, 12 and a half, 13. How about 13? Gotta go 13, 13. I got 75, 13, 12, 75, 13, 1300, 13 and a quarter, half. How about a half? He's a half, 75, 13, 75. Say yes, okay. 14. How about 14? You're gonna go 14 and a quarter, and a quarter. I got 14 and a quarter, half.
these guys are a little slow.
And 75, 15 and a half, 16, 16 and a half, 17, up 17 and a half, 18, 18, 18 and a half, 18, 15, 19. How about 19? We're gonna go 19. Hey, pay first. I got 19. Now half. I got half. I got 19 with the pay first. How about 19? How about 50? You're gonna go 50, 50, got 50 here. We sold a 10 for 1900 online. Here we have number 26. Journey. All right, if those one guns forward on a minute, what's your pleasure over the pound time? I got pounds to go, pounds of beer, 5 and a bucks, 4, 4.5, not 5. And a half, 5 and a half, and 6, and a half, right here, 700, and a half, right here, now eat, 800, now eat. I get 70 pounds, 7 and a half over here, 70 pounds on line, now eat. 8, not quarter, 825, and a half, 850, not 75. 871, 900, not quarter, 925. I've got 25, right to the back, over here, half here, and 75, gonna go 75. Yes, sir. 975, Charles, 975,000, and 1,000, 1 pound to go, 1 pound to go, 1,000, hey, first, we go. 975, 1,000, and 9 sold it. For 975, 91, 91, here's 13,000 on the Civic car. 4,000, salvage title down. I got time to go. 3 grand is too much. 300, cuatro centos, 500. 5, 5, 6. How about 6? 5 and a quarter, 5 and a half, 75. And then 6 and a quarter, and a half, 650. And 50, 50 now, 75, where do you go? Now 7. How about 7, number 7 here, 6, 75. Take 7. 7 and a quarter, quarter, now half. How about half? 7 and a quarter here, 7 and a half here, now 75. Now eat. I want me 800, now 800, and a quarter, 825 and a half, 850, he's 825. I got a half, 75, 9. But now I'm gonna go right and pay it a quarter, now here, a half, and a half. He's a quarter, need a half, guys. I got a half, 75, and I 75, and a thousand, and a thousand, $1,000 to go, $1,000 to go, $1,000, and we have a quarter and a half. How about a half, a half, 50 first, we got 10 and a half. How about a thousand, 15, you gotta go 50, 50, 75. Pink first is still weak, 10 and a half, 10, 75. How about 75, 75, but we sold it to the pink first, for 1,050 online. Okay. Here's number 48, 47, maybe we got a 4. I answer to the line, I got time to go, 5. I got time here, 5, that's 3, take 4. I got a quarter half, I got 4, and a quarter, and a half, 75. How about 75, we're gonna go 75, now 5, that's okay. How about 5, hold 75, that'll be 5, we're gonna go 5 and 3, and a 5, here, now, quarter. I got 5 and a quarter, 5 and a half, 5, 50. And a 50 guys, 5, 50, we're gonna go 50, 55, out of 50, 50, 75, $600. How much 6 for the bucks, we're gonna go 6, what do you say, 600. How much 6, now, quarter, now, we have 650. How about 50, 50, I think the guy with the coach first is off, 6 and a half, 75, 7. How much 7, we're gonna go 7 here, and then 7. And a quarter, can you say, 7 and a quarter, 7 and a quarter. How much 7 and a quarter, right here, we have something, $700 online for 700, right? All right, guys, pay your bills, get your cars out of the yard, and we'll see you next Thursday, okay? Thank you very much.